You've got it locked on Prince George's Rock Station 94X, and once again, we're set up with another killer artist interview, and this one we're getting pretty pumped for because Big Sugar, the Canadian legends, are coming back to town this Friday night, and Gordie Johnson, the lead singer, has offered up some of his precious time to chat with us as well. I call it his precious time because when the Canadian legend isn't writing or recording or touring with new music with Big Sugar, he's either playing bass for Widemouth Mason or he might be off producing some awesome album with the likes of the Trews, Taj Mahal, Widemouth Mason, or the Joel Plaskett Emergency as well. So, Gordie, thanks for finding a few minutes in your day to chat with us.
Yeah, man, my pleasure.
Right on, right on. Hey, we were just talking a few moments ago. It's been 8 long years since we last saw Big Sugar here in Prince George for the big farewell tour. That was back in late 2003, early 04, somewhere in there. And what a show it was, too. So the band is back. You got a solid new album full of reggae rock sounds that we grew to know and love throughout the 90s. So why did you guys go away in the first place, and what made you decide to come back now in 2012?
In the first place, we just sort of felt like we'd been hitting it really hard for 10 years, touring constantly, making records. And it kind of felt like we had said all we were going to say at that moment. I think to continue it would have been insincere of us. We would have just been going out playing greatest hits and collecting a paycheck. And I never wanted to see Big Sugar get reduced to that. It always had to be something vital and inspired. So, 8 years later, man, we feel the vibes again. Everybody wanted to get back together and make new music and go and tour together again. There was no amount of money you could promise us that would make us get back together. We only did it because we wanted to make new songs. We made Revolution Per Minute, new record last year. We got Eliminate Ya, a new song this year. I got Eliminate Ya Live, it's live DVD. Like, the band is definitely feeling really inspired and productive of late. So, man, it's a great time for us to be back on the road.
No doubt, no doubt. So there was no fallout in the band or anything like that. You guys have gotten along right through all of this little hiatus, right?
Yeah, I mean, these guys are family to me too. It's not strictly a business arrangement. There's, like I said, there's a bond between all of us that brings us back together to do it. And that's kind of the only reason you should do it, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. If it's not true, then it's fake, let's put it that way.
There you go.
We were talking about Revolution Per Minute, man. It just dropped last June of last year, and immediately it found a home on rock radio with that single, Little Bit of All Right. How have your fans been responding to the resurgence of Big Sugar once again?
Just great, man. We were away long enough that even playing the new stuff obviously is exciting for us, and getting a nice crowd response is gratifying. But we miss the old songs too, so we mix the show's a mix up every night of classics and new stuff and new jams that we're pulling into the set that we've never played or haven't done in 15 years. Some of the songs that didn't get played the first time we were out on tour. So I think for the crowd, it's as interesting for the crowd as it is for the band, because every night we're like, oh man, imagine if we played this one. This will blow people's minds. We never played this one live before. So making the set list every night is a bit of a thrill.
Well, last year you decided to join Widemouth Mason as their bassist, and then you jumped on as the producer for the album as well. How did that union come about? Was that just touring with those guys throughout the 90s? You gained a bit of a relationship with them?
Yeah, I took them on their first tour back in 96. We were playing, Big Sugar was playing in Saskatoon, and their manager dragged me out to see them play. And I was just knocked out by them back then. And we offered them the rest of the tour, like starting the next day.
Wow.
So, man, that's just been a relationship that's been really strong ever since, 96.
Yeah.
When their original bass player split, we were already I'd already started as producer of the new record, No Bad Days.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But, the guys were kind of left at the side of the road. They're going, well, what do we do now? I thought, well, look, I know all the songs, man. I'll play the bass. I know all y'all's music. Let's just let's just continue until you find your new guy. But then we went on tour. We opened for ZZ Top, and we did a bunch of shows on our own. And we're just like, oh, this is too much fun, man. I'm not leaving. I'm going to stay. So we finished making No Bad Days down in Texas. I flew the guys down there. We put out the record, and our new single's doing really good. And we just did a tour across Canada that went really great. I was out for a month with them. So yeah, that's a healthy. That band is back up and running and healthy again.
Good to see, too. Yeah, we love Wide Mouth Mason around here. We've seen a few different artists try to do that two-band thing before, like Matt Cameron with Soundgarden and Pearl Jam. That's got to be kind of tough, juggling touring duties with two bands, releasing albums in the same year, not to mention being the producer as well. Is it a bit of a scheduling nightmare, or is it pretty easy to figure out for you?
No, it's not a nightmare. It does keep me busy all the time. Like I've got, my days are cut up into 15-minute increments, honestly, just for all the responsibilities. But that's what I do, man. I make music. We're all under the same management umbrella, and so everyone's family. The Wide Mouth guys toured with Big Sugar last year on the Revolution Per Minute tour, and we were just all in one big bus together, and there was really there were no lines between, this is Wide Mouth Mason's dressing room, this is Big Sugar's dressing room. Man, it was just all one big dressing room. We're out with a band called The Balconies this year, and it's the same thing. They're a young band most people haven't heard of, but trust me, man, in a couple of years, everyone's going to know them. And they came on tour with Big Sugar back when they was babies, and they get treated to all the same stuff we get, because that's just, we believe in musical family, you know what I mean? I don't need to keep it all for myself.
For sure. No rock star bravado. It's about just being part of the experience.
Yeah, man. Spotlights are really bright, and they can cover a lot of people on one stage. So I'm not, I don't feel particularly possessive of that spotlight.
Awesome. I'm going to take you back a little bit now. Back in 1999, Big Sugar was invited to play the infamous Woodstock 99. Now, were you guys around when all hell broke loose? Were you in the middle of that?
From years and years of touring and playing in sketchy situations, for lack of a better description, we could kind of see that unraveling pretty early.
Oh, really?
After our set, we took a walk out into the crowd to go see, I think we were going to go see the Chili Peppers. And man, I didn't get within a mile of the stage, and I just looked at the guys and turned around and said, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. I looked at how hard it was to get the bus into the site.
Yeah.
I thought, man, when this thing's over, we're going to be stuck here for 2 days trying to get home. Let's go home now. And I was already seeing just like people laying in mud, just passed out. It was really messy. There was no water. There was no shade. There was no working bathrooms that we were there on the last day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the porta potties were just seized up. It was a horrible, man. It was a disaster. So we got out of there and just watched it on the news. We just saw the place burning, like, oh, God. Yeah.
Wow, unbelievable. Well, on the bright side of things, did you get to meet any of your idols while you were there? See anybody backstage that was kind of cool?
No, most of my idols are not involved in that sort of a thing.
Right, yeah.
But I don't have the same idols as most folks, so no, none of my idols were there. But no, we just came in and did our thing and got out clean if we possibly could,
Little feather in your cap, very well done, because a lot of bands didn't get out so clean on that one.
Yeah, no. When the alarm bells go off, spidey senses were tingling, man. It was time to get out.
Wicked. Well, Friday night, man, Big Sugar hits the CN Center for our cabaret-style show. I've got my tickets. I've got my designated driver. Is there anything else I should be bringing along to be prepared for one of Canada's most legendary bands?
A designated driver is probably a good idea. Apparently, folks like to have a good time at a Big Sugar show. That's it'll be the biggest hot box in northern Alberta. I'm telling you what. Or where are we going? BC.
BC, yeah.
Which is saying a lot.
Yeah.
it'll be the biggest hot box in British Columbia. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And Alberta and Saskatchewan, likely.
There you go. We're looking forward to it, man. Thanks for joining us today, man. I can't wait to see you guys rock the hell out of Prince George once again for the first time in 8 years.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it, man. It's been too long.
Hey, you know what? Before you go, one more quick question. I just realized we got a question of the day over on our Facebook page today, and it's what song do you like to get down and dirty to when you got that favorite little female in the room? What's your song?
I got to be careful how I proceed there. Wait a second. Wow. We're constantly blazing the reggae jams, so that's not a bit different when there's some private time going on.
Right.
Probably some classic reggae dance hall, like, Buju Banton or something like that. That's always a good, it's some good getting down music.
That's good to know, brother. Good to know. Hey, thanks again for joining us today, man. And we can't wait to see you Friday. I understand we might even have you in studio Friday afternoon, so looking forward to that.
Oh, far out. Yeah, we'll see you then.
Wicked, brother. Have yourself a great one, and thanks for calling.
Bye-bye.